Hey, what's up? You want to watch some Star Trek? Because we have some really awful episodes today. Galaxy's Child is just awful.
All right,
Night
you're
Terrors is not great. And then the other one's okay. It's fine. I don't even remember what it's called, but it's fine.
I know my.
It's
So
called
yeah,
Geordi turns into a transparent space alien.
and he's all covered in lightning. It's weird.
Yep.
I don't even remember that one.
It's actually that's one of the first episodes I ever saw, in part at least, because it was on TV before I ever actually watched the series proper.
I remember
That
someone.
is one of the episodes I have.
That's one of the episodes you had?
Haven't watched.
You haven't watched.
Yeah, well, I guess I shouldn't spoil too much about it then. But basically, yeah, Glowing Geordie. It's the Glowing Geordie episode. It's about Geordie, and he glows. I don't know what else to tell you.
And if you've watched any of the future episodes, spoiler, you already know.
Geordie doesn't die.
Geordi doesn't die.
Okay, so we have another, just while this is going on, another joiner to the Dungeons and Dragons party. There we go. Access to the secret chat. Access to the secret chat. God, that was loud.
Embrace the jazz.
Embrace jazz. Experience jazz. Yeah, there's a secret chat on the Discord. We're setting up some Dungeons and Dragons groups. And, only people who have filled out the interest form for Dungeons and Dragons will get access to the secret group.
I have done it now.
It's a very select group.
But you gotta make it more exciting. It's not an interest form, it's an entrance form.
Okay. It's a party application submission.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun party.
Sounds like the portal, thank you for
Party
assuming-
escort
Yeah.
submission position. Alright, so let me add Will to the party because he filled out the form.
Fine.
There we go. Sadva, you are also in the party. I pinged you on the channel.
Yes, thank you.
And there is, on the schedule tab, there's the schedule to fill out to make sure, or to line up when everyone is available to play all together. Though not all together, because that's way too many people for one group, so probably 2 groups. If you have a friend you want to play with, just let me know. I'll make sure you're in the group project together.
Imagine assuming I had friends.
Will, you're probably going to play with Foma, because Foma is also in Britain and his schedule doesn't quite line up with the rest of us.
Sounds about right.
Maybe if Herr Deutschland shows up, then he would be in that area as well. So yeah, we'll get to Star Trek eventually in another minute or so. We're just killing a little time till we get in. Let people get into the stream. Oh, by the way, while we're here, people in the YouTube chat, there's not actually that many today, but that's okay. Maybe because it's terrible episodes. But, people in the YouTube chat, if you could let us know how the volume sounds compared to me and the other people in Discord. Because I can match everyone else to each other on my end, but it's hard to tell how loud I am. If you just let me know if I need to turn myself up or down. 20 seconds to start, Galaxy's Child, Season 4, Episode 16. Season 4, Episode 16.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't be queued up. 10 seconds. Press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
So this is very similar to the episode in Voyager, where I just remember the scene on the bridge where the holodoc is on the screen and he's like, you phasered it and blew a hole in it with the photon torpedo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like the same kind of episode.
I just remember that edit someone made, not me. Apparently there are other Star Trek channels. But that bit where, Riker is a very promiscuous man. And when when the baby pops out of the alien baby mother, it's just Riker again. Takes after his father. Riker's alien child.
Really want to put it.
Yeah, that's a Gazora edit, I believe.
Oh, okay. That didn't really happen.
No, that's not actually in the episode. Riker did not actually have a giant alien
You studied
weird
her schematics.
ravioli baby.
Creepy.
But you have studied her schematics.
I didn't realize this was LaForge Awkward Part 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, for context,
It is-
there was an episode a couple seasons ago where the Enterprise was in trouble, as it always is, and Geordi created a holographic Leah Brahms, the designer of the Enterprise, to help him solve a problem. Or more accurately, he just went to the holodeck to try and get schematics, and the computer just gave him like a romantic Leah Brahms hologram. And it was weird.
This is something that I didn't get the
When you
first.
look at the ship, you look at me.
When you're touching the ship, you're touching me. Why'd you say that, fake Leah? Who talks like that?
And who would find that like attractive as well? That's
Well,
This
they
is
did
something I
like
didn't
a,
get
in-
until-
in
I
his-
guess I didn't get why this happened, but apparently Guinan knows about what
Oh,
happened
hello.
to Geordi.
Yep, there's a fiddle. Oh, speaking
Really?
of fiddle, I saw on the schedule you just clicked on one time. Is that to indicate that you're just not available that week?
How many times a day are we playing this game?
I mean, I was thinking more like
Yeah.
once a week per group, potentially, depending on when
okay.
people are available.
Oh no, you put in all your available slots, not just your most
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
one. I thought it was pick one. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
you,
okay, I'll
you
do
put
that.
in all
I
the slots you're
think I have,
available so
like,
that we can.
59 of them.
So yeah, when we can see that when various people are all available at the same time for a certain length of time. Ideally
I
4
just want
hours.
to say in Jordy's defense, though. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. In Jordy's defense, they were both nerding out over the engines. So like they had this like fetishization of the engines, both of them. So it wasn't as creepy as you guys are making it sound. There's nothing wrong with
That makes it sound more
Lovin
creepy. I'm
engine.
sorry.
The creepy part of it to me is that Leah Brahms is a real person that the computer is fetishizing.
Yeah.
I think the episode
If it was just some random hologram, then whatever, you do whatever you want in the holodeck. But this is an
Hi.
actual like person in Starfleet that Jordy now has to interact with and is very awkward about.
I like that one.
Yeah, that was actually a great moment because when Jordy walks in on her, he's like basically the
Definitely jealous
worst
of her.
possible outcome for him.
She's definitely
Yeah.
make jealous of her.
so when they
Yeah.
created the program, I think it said that it didn't incorporate that she was married, and that the computer said there's like a 6% chance of personality drift or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
So I'm guessing that's what it is. It's just like a combination of all those things that the computer got wrong.
I don't know. I think he even says in the episode though, like basically she was a little prickly, so he altered her subroutines, which they do on Voyager, to make her a little bit more hospitable.
Oh, he
And then
does.
found
Yeah,
it.
he does change it, doesn't
I
he?
like
Yeah,
they
in the
did
episode.
they did with the doctor. Yeah. That's right.
I thought it's I feel like we did watch that episode, but I feel like I haven't watched it in years. I thought he changed her communication style so that she would sound less robotic, not that she would sound more attractive.
I mean, you did have to like add in the computer take personality traits or whatever.
Oh right, yeah, I remember. That was the holographic Leah was just reading out like factual information, and he asked like, "Oh, can you just turn Leah into actual Leah using her psychological profile and like
Yeah,
things
he
she said
was-
at
he did
conferences
ask
and all
for
that
it.
jazz."
Yeah.
A thing
Yeah.
they have a copy of on the Enterprise, you know.
Yeah, Well, I
It's okay,
mean, the computer can use Space Google to look it
They
up.
have 5G in the future. Okay,
We do have 5G. Yeah.
and pigeons. So
Excuse me, I think they have at least 6G by this point.
6Gs? Oh, that's going to be like triple the cancer. Can't trust those Gs. Earth is only supposed to have 1G at sea level. Just one.
Did we start the episode?
Yes.
Yeah, man, 6 minutes ago. Where have you been?
Sorry.
Started
at-
midnight.
We're at
I thought we were
604,
just-
605, 606.
I just reminisce about Leah and Jordy all the time.
Okay.
Oh God.
Hey, each their own. I'm not going to judge.
So yeah, do you need the timestamp? Because if you're like trying to do the timestamp off
don't.
the stream, it's going to be wrong if you're in Discord. Because
Yeah, I figured it out. We're 10 seconds ahead.
Okay.
That's my rule of thumb. But it's funny. I was watching episode 1 a few minutes ago of this commentary live stream, and the first thing Ryan says is, "Sub Rosa, it's great, but it's terrible."
Yes, it is.
Even more
amazing.
than the whole series and episode 1, the pilot. He wanted to watch Sub Rosa from day 1.
Look, Sub Rosa's the best episode. Sub Rosa's amazing.
I want
next
Sub
to
Rosa.
Threshold.
Sub Rosa, so far, the Valentine's Day has been my favorite stream just because of Sub Rosa. It was great.
It was really good.
This episode was also a contender for Valentine's Day, but I only want to do one episode per series. And you can't leave out Sub Rosa, so this one had to go.
Oh, it's funny. Once you know about Riker's bad back, you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
He
He's
went
got a
from
lean.
leg on the console to arm on the back of the other console of the other chair.
Riker doesn't sit down. He mounts.
Oh, Mr. Fiddle, if you would like to fill out the D&D schedule again, it should be freshly available. If you're interested in playing next week, it's up to you. You can play this week, you can play this next week, you can play whenever you want or never. It's up to you.
Thank you.
They're all standalone stories.
I like that Dragonborn monk thing.
The drag, I never really understand monks. I don't know if I built it well because I just don't know how to play monks. I don't get them.
That
I
makes
just
me
know-
want to play.
Dragonborn can breathe fire, which is neat. Or lightning or acid or whatever they choose.
Rounds up whatever you're expecting.
For those who don't know, Dragonborns in Dungeons & Dragons are not Skyrim Dragonborns. They're actually like draconic ancestry giant lizard people. They're not just Nords.
I thought they were just words.
Nah, they're dragons. Except they can't fly. And they can only breathe fire like once every day or something. Is that is that pink salt? Continue.
Yes.
It looks like giant Himalayan salt crystals, sure. I really like their chemistry. I forgot.
I wouldn't call it
Chop-
chemistry.
I call it
forgot
more
that-
stalking.
Why wouldn't he know? He's an engineer nerd. He would know what's being introduced in the next class of starship.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
I forgot that this episode was the one with the space baby. But,
Oh, yeah. Space Baby's gonna be great.
Yeah, and so I forgot Leah Brahms getting mad was during the space baby episode. Because well, what's interesting is this episode is perfectly emblematic of what we call the technobabble plot solution that Star Trek does. So the way they solve it is like because the
Oh,
universe
no,
has, like,
no
the
spoiling for
universe-
Sadva. Sadva hasn't seen it before.
Sorry, never mind.
No, Saba hasn't
Um,
seen the Sorry, I won't
This
take
one I have.
Oh, you have.
Yes,
it
this
was the
one,
Jordy
not
becomes
the
transparent alien.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Fiddle,
not the
continue. Spoil
transparent
away.
Jody.
Thank you. So they say something like how the universe has like an energy signature, and if we like vibrate the nacelles at a different energy, we'll get baby to run up. We will get, and then when the
Oh, look,
child
it's a
comes
space
after
ravioli.
again, they they summarize it by saying, "Oh, you soured the milk," and they say that
Yeah.
line twice. And then Scotty says that in the Relics episode when he says, "You soured the milk," and so basically, a lot of technobabble, woof, followed by a simple analogy that anyone can understand.
That's
Yeah.
That's what they
Pretty
say in
common
the
formula.
Futurama.
Wait. Is that a... I mean, that's Jupiter outside, for sure. I mean, it's fake like Deep Space Jupiter, but it's Jupiter. Neat. That looks like a very good simulation of Jupiter, though. I don't know if that's even CGI Jupiter, or if they just got like an actual animation of Jupiter spinning. That looks like real Jupiter.
That is Jupiter.
So can the big space... Look, I don't know what its species is called. I'm just going to call it the ravioli. Can the ravioli go to warp?
Gomtu?
So looks like to me, yeah.
No, Gomtu
Gomtu.
is the big... that's from Tin Man.
Okay, sorry. It looks
That's the
like
big cone.
Oh, the ravioli ship.
the space ravioli, is it?
It's practically standstill.
I think
Yeah.
in the Star Trek biology of Star Trek episode book, they just speculated how such a creature would even evolve, because it's like you're in the black of space. Like,
I mean, there are Earth creatures that can survive in space.
Yeah, but they didn't evolve in space.
Yep.
There's no matter in space to evolve
no,
from. How
that-
do they get material?
yeah, right.
How do
so
they grow?
that's true.
Just off like hydrogen.
Life
Tardigrades.
finds a way.
Yeah. Could be that they live in a planet's atmosphere, or breed in a planet's atmosphere,
And then they launch.
and then they launch.
Evolution,
Yeah.
evolution designed them to survive without an atmosphere and into the sucking vacuum of space that'll like okay, like you evolved lungs on an atmosphere, but then you go to a place without an atmosphere, so your lungs would explode if you have
Well,
oxygen.
no, I mean, over time, somehow it'd be like a tardigrade. Only over time, it would evolve to survive in space rather than just sort of hibernate in space.
True.
Oh,
It gives live birth though, so it's mammalian. Not a tardigrade.
well, I wouldn't call it live birth.
Oof.
If you think about
did a-
it, that phaser fire was so stupidly managed because you have phasers at minimum power, so you don't want to harm it,
Yeah.
and then you give it a long burst.
Right?
So yes,
And they couldn't form a warp field. Okay, fine, but I mean, can this thing go to warp? Why couldn't they just thrust her out?
It was a C-section, guys. That was to push the baby analogy home. This is a space baby, ravioli baby.
Yes. Yeah, but whatever happened to back us off and nice and slow? We do that all the time. Why couldn't we just back off? Just leave.
Or
I'm
fire
pretty sure-
for less than 5 seconds straight, you know.
And that's the
couldn't
way to
show a
give
lot-
us a C. Yeah, that's the way to give us a C-section. Is fire the phaser.
Right.
When
And this
when
is-
they're firing the phaser on the ship, it's like you're giving it a C-section.
And you don't want to show a live birth on television.
No, that'd be probably not. That'd be gross. That'd be gross.
Very.
Okay, so there's ionizing radiation in the body, so they live on radiation?
Oh no, not that. Not the
Okay.
radiation.
So
Yes.
This thing couldn't survive a phaser burst on minimum power, but can survive like radiation from
Like,
suns.
Yeah.
And
gamma radiation, yeah,
yeah,
delta radiation, and beta
Oh,
radiation, and alpha radiation.
Jordy installed some hue lights, some nice voice control.
Trying to do it.
Shouldn't they be meeting in 10 forward?
He's
Wouldn't
trying to
that be less
balance it.
weird?
It is weird, but Jordy's trying to make it a date and be subtle about it.
He's trying to do a
Oh,
light
subtle,
balance, not a
subtle.
light balance. A light.
It would
light
not.
balance.
It wouldn't be subtle though.
I'm not
Subtle
saying
would be
he's
to do it in 10
succeeding, but he's
forward.
trying.
Yeah, that's true.
The room was pitch black when he started.
Yeah. This is a little dark, though. It's a little too dark. Not thematically, like
If he could
physically,
have
there's
it
not
his
enough
way-
light in the room.
If he could have it his way, he would just have a date in the dark.
Yes, exactly. Jordy is as subtle as the 7-second phaser burst. Just, he's trying his best, but it's more like a bludgeon. What? Wait, what was that? What's that orb?
Who knows?
Is that like a touch-activated ambience orb?
I'm using it right now.
yeah. I kind of like Jordy's civilian clothes more than Jake Sisko's.
I don't know about the material. It looks like if you spilled water on it, it would never dry.
Exactly. He's wearing like a microfiber shirt. Great.
Yeah.
It's velvet or corduroy or something.
A nice cranberry color. Leah
You definitely
Brahms'
couldn't wear that
outfit
today.
is okay. Yeah.
That's not a
Please.
first date.
Looks like a nice comfy shirt, Jordy.
It looks like he got a gig on Sesame Street.
Yeah, Leah Brahms is immediately uncomfortable. Jordy, leave her alone. She's here to talk business.
She's dressed formal and he's dressed in that plush furry outfit.
Jordy, take off your fursuit.
But wait till she leaves.
What? Why are you looking at my personnel files, huh? Huh?
Because you're the designer of the Enterprise and I'm an engineering nerd, so I look at the personnel files of people. I do that all the time.
You're supposed to look at people's personnel files. That's your job. His job is not to look at people's personnel files.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, if I'm looking up a psychologist that wrote a paper or something that's interesting, I'll look up his CV or her CV or where they're stationed and you know their website if they have one, and then they'll have a face glamour shot on there.
So is your intention at that point to get more information at them so you can hit on them?
Sometimes. You don't know.
No, but here a CV is public information. Like people put that on their website or biography or professional page. So personnel files are like much more intimate because they often include psychological breakdowns on the officer.
That's fair.
And what way they wear their hair.
He could have just said, like, I Googled you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I interpreted it as, but yeah, personnel file sounds like he broke into like the company database to get information or something.
I mean, it sounds like he didn't break in, but it's just like you're supposed to have a good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, just because something's like public records, like this still might be like it's not something you bring on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, date. I did a background check. on you. I'd like to make a comment on this conviction.
Oh, so you have a history of mental illness in the family. Tell me about it.
Right. Or I work for social services and I only work for the food stamps part, but if you work for child support or child services, they have this database which is like it's called LexisNexis, but it's like a very high level LexisNexis. They can pull up how much down payment you made on your home and when you bought it. And every address you ever had.
Yeah, there's a lot of... You can just look up at your what is it? The county assay office, the assessor's
Mhm.
office, whoever.
They left.
You can just look up where people live.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't mean you should, but you can.
You can get their deed. You can get the names of the people on the deed.
Some kind of reaction to our phaser fire.
Wait, so
Another entity.
Jordy went to the county assessor's office too for Leah.
Apparently. He did. Do you have to like request access for the captain? Do you think he had to like go to his office and make up some excuse why he needed this? Can you just look it
No,
up?
not for Starfleet. Not for Starfleet.
We saw what happened. He just said, "Hey, computer, pull this data and put it in the hologram," and bam.
for Starfleet, apparently.
Dangerous to generalize, but we're going to generalize.
Well, they kind of have to.
Yeah.
Danger is their job.
Yeah, dangerous your
I know-
job. The,
I know.
like,
Counselor Troy here is the only one with proper posture. Everyone else is slouching.
but dangerous to your main job. But it's like when they go on. It's like when they go on dangerous missions all the time.
Does that work? Can you use phasers as a scalpel? I mean, I feel like you're just gonna risk killing the baby. You're just gonna fire through the thing.
Wolf's like, no.
Yes, exactly.
Once again, Worf is correct here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Worf is always right. They just,
And once
nobody
again,
listens.
he is denied.
yep.
So this reminds me of like. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I guess if there's a laser scalpel, then there's a phaser scalpel.
I agree. I think I read a story once. This is pretty sad. Somebody was driving and they hit like a deer, and the deer was pregnant, so they cut out the child and they took it out. But that happens pretty often if you live in a country like state where there's a lot of moose and stuff.
Oh, you're breaking up something fierce.
Say it was,
Motion detected at
Sorry,
the front yard.
sorry. It was a country where?
Oh no, I said country. I meant state. So like Alaska.
Oh, okay.
People hit
Yeah,
moose on the highway
okay.
a lot. It's pretty sad.
Yeah. Okay.
Like moose are really fast.
So those are
They're huge.
like engineering overalls that people wear.
It looks like from the motion picture.
I feel like they should have
Yeah.
gloves though.
They have what?
Gloves? I mean, look at Leah's hands. They're filthy from crawling around in here.
Yeah.
They should.
How
it's
would
the
you
first time
know
we
that?
see an
Jordy,
engineer
stop.
get their hands dirty.
Jordy keeps bringing up things that he should not know about Leah. Look, Jordy, even if you know this stuff,
Yeah.
just pretend you don't. Just don't bring it up.
Like try to get to know her, man.
Not a good strategy.
You could at least be
Really?
subtle about it.
Or more.
Yeah, I read your
Yeah.
CIA profile. It
Yeah,
said you
have
have
you-
a
Have you heard of Space Google, Federation Google?
No. What
I,
is it?
I guess the tube is
Tell
dirty
you the
because
truth
of.
and doesn't tell the truth.
I guess the tube is dirty because it's like corridor lubricant. What? Why is there oil in the tube? I don't know.
Mhm. Never noticed that detail, and I don't think Jordy's hands ever get dirty.
And this is kind of like if you were really into like electronics and Teslas, and then you met Elon Musk, and you're like, "Hey, Elon Musk, I know you like your burritos with like guacamole because I saw it on one BuzzFeed article or whatever." And he's like, "How do you know? You've never met me." It's like, dude, I know you. I've read about you. You're
I don't know.
famous.
I feel it's more like I know you like guacamole on your burritos because I followed you to Chipotle once.
Elon Musk is also like a public figure. Leah Brahms is an engine designer who probably only
Yeah,
gives lectures at
she
like
might be
academic
somewhat
conferences.
famous. Yeah, she might be somewhat famous in the field, but probably isn't a
He's-
celebrity.
But yeah, I mean, she's famous to engineers.
Yeah.
Like every
She's a-
engineer would know who designed the flagship.
She must be
Yeah,
a
but you
legend.
wouldn't
Yes,
necessarily
design-
know celebrity like details.
You wouldn't
You
know
would.
that she likes Fungili.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
I, mean, I know everything about Ryan, so I don't know.
What
Ryan,
what is it you know? What is my favorite food? Do I like Fungili?
Yes.
Wrong. I don't even know what Fungili is. I assume it's some kind of
Me
pasta.
neither.
I never tried guacamole, but I've seen it. And from what I know, I think it's some kind of a vegetable or leaf, but probably a vegetable.
So yeah, just imagine Riker's face over that space baby, then pan over to Riker looking smug.
Scary.
And the rest of the crew looking at him
Okay,
like,
I'm scary, but
what
it's
the
gross.
fuck?
It's a large baby
Yes.
ravioli, Doctor. Thank you.
The
I didn't know it was giving birth.
Latin
I thought
name
he-
is. Go ahead.
I didn't know it was actually giving birth. I thought you were just making some kind of jokes about it. Go ahead.
Thank you. The Latin name is Chef Boyardis.
that is a good line right there. Cringy as episode as it is.
Which line?
And to top it all off, she's married after having complained about her for 3 sentences.
That's the thing.
It's like-
I didn't realize we knew she was married. I thought he didn't know she was married.
He didn't.
Like,
She
he-
just told him.
He didn't. She just told him.
But I thought somebody said in the chat just now during the prior episode, the computer said she was married, and he couldn't overlook that.
No, that
No,
doesn't happen.
the computer didn't know she was married because of the, like 6% personality drift or something. It was computer just never mentioned it. I mean, because the computer shouldn't have to mention it because he shouldn't be making out with holographic representations of real people, Jordy.
Like you've never done that.
And they don't wear rings in the 24th century?
Not when you're in the engine room, apparently.
No.
But then, not in
That's
the
a-
transporter room either, or his quarters, or she should definitely have worn into his quarters. That would have helped in that situation.
Well, we don't know who she's married to. It could be an alien, and they might not wear rings.
Maybe. I mean, they're not obsessed with the accumulation of material things in the future. Therefore, they don't own rings.
Yeah, but they are still obsessed with like display trinkets.
Yeah,
or
apart from all
whatever.
those material things that they accumulate. Other than that, they don't accumulate
yeah.
material things.
Wait, he read her whole psychological profile and he didn't see the part that she was married. Okay.
There's a point.
It's not
He
psychological
didn't read her
profile.
profile.
That's my
The
printer
computer read the
reading.
profile.
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't say when she was married either. I always kind of interpreted it that she was married between the two events.
Could be.
That makes sense
Because
too.
I feel that's his only fault. The fact that she was married, and that's his only mistake. Everything else, you were fine.
We'll see how his behavior changes, but she has at this point, in his quarters, told him to stop, told him no. It's like, no, I'm not interested, just leave me alone. Yeah, that face, that
Yeah.
Riker face right there.
Yeah, that's the Riker. That's the Riker face.
So yeah, we'll see it
and she
from now on if Geordi backs off.
showed up in that completely formal outfit. Like
Yeah.
when you're on a date, you got to show a little, like a sleeveless, a little.
But it wasn't a
V-neck.
date. They were supposed to
Yeah, no,
discuss
it-
engineering.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
work meeting. He just lied to her.
Just was trying to set the mood lighting.
Yeah, I know whenever I invite someone from work to talk about work, I invite them to my house.
And you
Yeah.
turn down the lights real low, cook him dinner, put on some jazz,
Table set for two.
Ugh.
So Elon
pull out their
Musk,
chair for them.
I
Yeah,
hear
I
you
mean-
like guacamole.
Jesus.
Jordy has
this-
an office,
this-
as was established in this episode. Why couldn't they meet in his office?
Because that wouldn't be date-like enough. That would make
'Cause he
Leah
wouldn't
Brahms
get-
entirely too comfortable.
That's not the place where you get friend zoned. You get friend zoned in your quarters when you set up the candlelight dinner. Come on, man. He was asking for it. That was a really interesting scene when we had Picard staring at the view screen and the lights flickering on and off. That was well directed. It just shows us like, the ship's in trouble, and we've never seen Picard like that before. Good direction. Even the lighting here is very stark.
It's much less bright than usual because I guess they're conserving power in the lighting.
Yeah. They're letting the shadows cast on everyone's face.
They don't have LED lights in the future.
No. What kind of lights do they use? Is it? No, it's not called Junior Data.
What's wrong with Junior?
Data would have voted for Junior.
It's
I'm
like
surely they
shorter
don't still
than
use incandescent lights in the future. There's no way.
fluorescent.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, the ceiling, it looks like it uses those long fluorescent light bars, tubes, with some frosted glass underneath to distribute the light.
Yeah, and that light's cheap too. So that's why schools and offices use it. But it's actually the worst for studying, by the way.
Wait, what do you mean Fungili is made up? Fungili isn't a real thing? Okay, apparently it's not a real thing. There's no such thing as Fungili.
It sounds pretty Italian.
Yeah, it's some kind of Italian pasta in show, but it doesn't exist.
Yeah, maybe the Breen invaded Italy and like it was like forget about it, and then apparently Fungili.
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
No,
That
don't
was the
don't look at the holodeck.
No.
Jordy, come on.
The spank bank, no.
By the way, Jordy's like, I'm gonna go take care of something, and the second he steps away is when he gets his spot blown up.
I am the
This
goddess
is
of empathy.
just basic security to clear your browser history, for example.
Why does the computer have this recorded? Why? Oh god.
Oh god. Oh god.
Everett, touch it. It's me.
It's not what it looks like.
It's exactly what it looks like.
It is.
Yeah. How often does that line get said when it's true? I feel like it's always a lie.
I have a weird question.
Oh,
Is this as Sorry, you go on.
He said it. It's not what it looks like. Go ahead.
Is this as creepy? Is this as creepy as that episode of DS9 where Bashir has the sexy dream of but it comes to life? Which one's worse?
This is neither of them are worse. Like this is. I mean, yeah, Jordy is creepy, but Brahms is like needs to bring it down. She needs to bring it down.
Does she? Does she?
Yes.
I mean,
No, she does not need to bring it down.
Yes,
bring
she
it
does.
down.
She's
No.
completely justified right here.
I'm definitely on
Absolutely
Leah's
does.
side here.
Was it for you, old man?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't appreciate anybody touching an engine and touching me. I would not want that.
This one's worse than the Dax one because at the end of this episode, they try to rehabilitate Jordy, and it does not come off well. At the end of the DS9 episode, Dr. Bashir was just like, "Yeah, that was kind of bad."
Okay, I mean, look what's happening though. Like Jordy, like he said, he brought it up in a crisis situation. He didn't program that Leah Brahms. The computer did.
Why is he shooting at her?
I mean,
And at the same time, we don't even know if like he went back to this and like jerked off in the corner every
We
once in a
know he
while
did.
to it. We don't
On
know
an
that.
unrelated note, you can see
Think if-
LeVar Burton's eyes here, just a little bit through the slits in certain angles. Very clearly brown eyes.
like you can think if this was part of his spank bank, he would have like put it in a file, like
It's
deep
true.
in C Windows or whatever, not where some ensign can just bring it up.
No, okay, but the problem is though
he knows bad though, because as soon as she tells him that she went to holodeck 3, he's in a panic. He knows that what's being done is not right.
No, he knows that the program doesn't look right. That's different than it not being right.
He knows it's not right. Come on.
No, he was feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel guilty about things that are perfectly okay. That happens all the time.
I don't.
It wasn't Jordy's fault that the computer made fake Leah kind of like romantic toward him, but he didn't have to go along with it. He didn't have to like let Hollow Leah give him a background. But then you made friends with it.
Why would he though? At that point it's a hologram.
Because she's a real person.
So
you can have all the romantic holodeck fantasies you want, but don't make them out of real people.
Yeah, all of like Pornhub is based on romantic fantasies of real people.
People who
you're not watching those real people though.
Okay, that's
people who specifically went into it to get other people to see it.
That's a fair point. So I am on the side of, yeah, it looks bad. Yes, Jordy is creepy throughout this episode, but
he was within his rights.
No, he was not.
But she's hot, so it's okay.
So part of the problem there is that when she goes to leave, which she is well within her rights to leave, she doesn't care about the context, and she doesn't have to. But when she goes to leave, he gets in her way and stops her. That's bad.
Yeah. Hard agree.
I mean, she might file a restraining order on him.
I'm surprised he's still got a job.
He also starts criticizing her for being offended. It's like, how dare you find my advances creepy, Leah?
Well, all I offered you was friendship.
Why don't you love me? I know you love Fungili. I know about the Fungili, Leah.
I get it.
Yeah.
He's fucking awkward. He's definitely awkward.
But here's the thing. So we can't actually imagine this problem today, because even if we were able to make some kind of either a digital recreation of a personality and appearance, or even like a physical one, we're not there in terms of actually capturing someone's personality. The second you have a very high level AI that imitates our personality, then we can truly imagine the societal consequence of that. Because, you know, if someone doesn't like me, I can just create a hollow program.
And, I mean, we do have an analogy. And Ryan is showing his proficiency with it by creating deepfakes of Picard.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
True.
Like, is it the same level of creepiness if you deepfake a real person, like someone that you know or someone that you want to know, onto a porn video?
Yeah, that is the thing that made deepfakes really like widespread or mainstream controversial in the first place. Somebody put a celebrity into a porn video using a deepfake.
So that's part of my point too. Like, he built the Brahms holodeck program not as a porn. It was out of a crisis situation, and at the end of all that emotion, they, as far as I know, just ended up kissing once, deleted the program, and never brought it back up again. And that's all we know about it. It's not that if he built this straight to be pornographic and was like, yeah, I'm jerking off to the designer, then that would be, I would understand Brahms' position there.
She sees something that is in her image, speaking in unacceptable ways, considering that it is something that someone else recreated of her to another person. I don't think she has to care about the context.
I think you always have to look at the context.
I think we all would object though if that was done to us.
Yeah.
I would.
Okay, let's move on to the rest of the episode.
Yes. The lights are
what's happening now?
Episode? They're gonna sour
Okay.
the milk.
They're gonna sour the milk. They figured it
And
out.
you can see they're already rehabilitating Geordi. She smiles at him for coming up with that solution.
But why does he have to sit next to her? Couldn't you like at least sit on the other side, bro?
Oh, they're working together.
Okay.
They found this whole family of creatures that have never been seen before, ever.
They found a whole plate of raviolis.
A plate.
Yeah. And they're coming to get them.
7-second burst for all of them.
I mean, if we know we're gonna kill them with any kind of burst, we might as well turn it up. Just get rid of the evidence.
Jeez, that's what evil Picard would do.
Raviolis for dinner tonight.
And we never see these aliens again, unfortunately.
You know, I was going to have some burgers for dinner, but maybe I should have pasta instead. I am kind of wanting raviolis now.
I've already ordered takeout.
Me too.
Wait, what do you mean you vote I order takeout? You can't vote for me to go spend like $30.
I had a burger at lunch.
Apparently, Brian is anti-democracy since we can't vote for him to spend money.
Tell you what, if you do a $30 super chat, I will order. No. Don't do that. It'd be really weird.
Ryan wants cash money in the bank.
$30 for ravioli, huh?
I don't know if anywhere here actually sells ravioli. Well, I mean, they certainly do. I just don't know who.
Yeah.
I have no idea what restaurant in town sells raviolis.
Yeah, a diner could have it too.
Somewhere in NorCal there's ravioli, I would imagine.
They're gonna have them. I just don't go to Italian restaurants. The only thing I would order there is pasta, and I just have pasta at home. It's easy to make.
Do you like regular ravioli or toasted ravioli?
I don't know what toasted ravioli means, so I'm gonna say regular.
You gotta go.
The more Leah Brahms likes Geordi, the hotter her outfits get.
Okay.
The more attractive. She has a cute little purple thing on now. She's a good guy.
Is that very different from her earlier uniform?
Coming up here on Discord.
Her earlier uniform was it had a bunch of squares on the front. It was kind of shiny and silver. I don't know, it seemed like the computer volunteered a lot of information.
Yes, you do, Leah.
No, you don't, Leah.
You totally do.
No, she doesn't.
She beamed onto the ship on fire, and the first thing she said was, "You fucked up my engines."
Okay, yeah, she might owe him an apology for that, but she doesn't owe an apology for blowing up in the holodeck.
She was in a bad mood since the beginning. So yes, you do, Leah.
Yeah.
But why? I don't think Geordi ever apologizes for the holodeck simulation, does he?
Nope.
Yeah, he does. When he stops her from leaving, he's like, "I committed a crime. I apologize for trying to be your friend."
That's definitely not even close to the same thing.
It's not an apology.
That's sort of more backhanded. That doesn't count.
But look, a good rule of thumb, guys, is do not reveal to anybody the contents of your boss's downloads folder.
The moral of the episode.
Oh yeah, that ensign's totally fired.
delete your browser history.
Now
she was transferred to
for all browsing data.
According to All Good Things, the series finale, Geordi and Leah eventually get married.
Well,
Leah breaks up with her current husband, gets a new one.
That's just wrong.
Picard asks how is Leah.
Amory.
We assume it's Dr. Brahms, but it's never verified that it's Dr. Brahms, by the way.
It's totally Dr. Brahms.
It is totally Dr. Brahms. Just saying.
That would be kind of creepy. So, like, she got divorced and then married Jordy.
You homewrecked that.
Yeah, I mean, you can get remarried. It's on.
Syndrome.
Well, I was thinking maybe she went like full bullying, and now she just has a co-husband. We don't know.
Jordy La
Like Dr. Flux.
Yeah.
Denobulan Society, 3 husbands, 3 wives.
I think Bolians are similar also, if I remember correctly.
Alright, so the next episode is Night Terrors, also known as Eyes in the Dark. One moon.
Yeah. Sounds like a
See
spooky
the
one.
eyes. It's very
That's the
spooky.
spooky one.
It has some spooky green clouds.
Isn't this one usually deadpan? That's like the worst episode ever.
Oh god.
I wouldn't say it's the worst ever. It's just.
I actually
Where
like.
are
It's not the worst
you?
ever.
If we take away the cheesy nightmare, the creepiness of some of the stuff they do in this episode is actually quite good.
Okay.
It's just the weird flying through the green cloud effect that brings it down.
And
That's
also the angle of her like from behind flying upward.
It's just how repetitive she is. Like to find
15 seconds.
to see you, to find you. To see
Everybody
you
be
and to
queued up.
find
10
you.
seconds.
Sure. I'll shut up now.
Press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. All right, continue.
Where are you?
Eyes in the dark.
Music is laying on thick already.
For very spooky music.
Minor key. Right off the bat.
Yeah, and by the way, the show has a really good point about how without REM sleep, we are in big trouble.
Yeah. Need that.
You really do.
I noticed that all of the background actors have the proper uniform now. Before they were still wearing the old style.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that used to be known style ship before they redesigned the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Troy being useless again. Something.
Thanks, Troy.
And I think they took out the little extra seat on the bridge at this point. They had next to Troy, where the doctor would sit, or Wesley.
I
Picard,
think this is when I'm going to leave. So have a nice watch along and see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye bye. Good night.
Goodbye.
See you next week.
Bye.
I guess it's too spooky.
Yeah, it is not something you watch before bed.
What class of ship is this?
It
Miranda.
it looked like the Reliant.
Yeah.
It could also
Is
be
that-
Soyuz, which is the Miranda variant.
Yeah. What was that in the captain's chest that they stabbed her with? That's not a
Big
knife.
Giant knife.
Probably a knife.
No, it wasn't a knife.
It looked like some kind of tool. Some kind of tool.
Like a crowbar. It was a crowbar.
Some kind of tool.
Yeah, they put a crowbar in her heart.
In the last episode, Geordi was some kind of tool. No.
I'm some kind of knife.
I think we used the word simp today.
Yes.
Oh man, he's got like the suit or PTSD.
Yep.
So this actor
He
will
saw
show
the
up
eyes in the
again.
dark.
This actor, the Betazoid guy, will show up again in Deep Space Nine as the Cardassian Bruce Sott, who is Damar's right-hand man in the Cardassian Resistance.
No
Who
kidding.
also gets murdered.
Thank you.
I mean, spoilers for that one, but yes.
Don't worry, we won't be getting there for like another 4 months. Everyone will forget.
True.
He liberates Cardassia.
That's like the next to last episode of Deep Space Nine.
Speaking of DS9, I bought something recently because of DS9. We don't have it in the UK, but I bought some root beer to try it.
Root beer?
Yes. I've literally just tried it while watching this, and I've just got to say, absolutely disgusting. I wasted my money.
Hey, man.
I The universal opinion I've heard from all Europeans. This happened before at a conference at the University of Oregon, where for some reason a bunch of people tried root beer for the first time. Everyone from Europe hated it.
It's
some kind of menthol.
What
thing. Brand? What brand?
I don't know. It says A&W, caffeine-free root beer.
Yeah. I remember the first time I had a sip of root beer, and I come from a non-root beer culture. It's like the weirdest taste because you're not expecting the vanilla and sweetness and then the caramelness. No. So, but after a while, I was definitely hooked to it.
The thing about it is, what's his name? Quark. Quark is totally right. If you finish the case, by the end of it, you're gonna love it.
I doubt it, but I'll have to take your word for it.
It's bubbly and cloying. If you drink enough of it, you begin to like it.
You're not gonna like it. You're definitely not gonna like it.
It's honestly, it smells like toothpaste. No joke.
Yes, toothpaste. That's the other thing people said about it. I forgot about that. Yeah, it tastes like toothpaste.
Bubbly. That's the bubbly foam aspect of it.
Root beer tastes like toothpaste if you're.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're European, that's just the thing.
Huh? I gotta get some European toothpaste then.
I mean, it's been a while since I've had A&W. I'm more familiar with Barks root beer.
Barks is the best.
The superior root beer.
Has bite.
I don't drink beer.
There's a beverage that we have in the UK that you don't have in the US. That I kind of hoped it would sound. No, have you ever heard of dandelion and burdock?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's well good. Oh, you guys suck.
Okay, now I having moved to London recently, now I have to try it.
Yeah, look out.
Dandelion and what?
Where would you get it?
It's usually sold in like fish and chip shops.
Okay.
Like Bannies.
Okay.
Like
what? Okay, it's dandelion and what?
It's in most supermarkets as well.
We don't know what that is. We don't know.
What's it called?
Dandelion and burdock.
Burdock.
Yes, I have
But
no
they
idea
said the main systems were fine. Do they not have logs? Do they not have sensor logs? Like,
I thought you were going to say Iron Brew.
No, that's Scottish.
That's Scottish.
Iron Brew is delicious.
Iron Brew is basically orange cream soda. It doesn't taste all that different from something Americans know.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever had birch beer?
Yes, homemade birch beer, as a matter of fact.
That is good stuff too.
It is very similar to root beer, though.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
The only time I ever had root beer is when I had a piece of candy.
Oh, that root beer candy is nasty.
Yeah, it's not
so if you tried
that
and
okay,
it was root beer, then it's I guarantee it's not the same as the soda.
It was okay, but I was a kid. I was just a kid back then. I don't know about now. When I was a kid, I used to it used to be good for me. You know, I mean, I didn't care for it. I mean, it used to be pretty good for me. Now I don't care for it.
I thought root beer and cream soda were the same thing.
No.
I think as kids, as long as it's
they're both made by the same. Everyone who makes root beer makes cream soda for some reason, but not the same.
It's vanilla and ginger, whatever. Yeah.
No unusual substances in their systems. They were not drinking root beer.
Don't drink soda, people. Just drink water.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yes, I recently gave up soda, so now I've just got my mug of water here. It's pretty good.
You're making me want Barks, though. So we need to go out for Barks and ravioli after the stream.
I don't think those go together. That sounds awful.
They do for us.
Barks and ravioli. I like that. I'm down for that.
I'm down for that. You want to meet in my quarters?
I'll get a Pepsi with my ravioli.
I hear you like guacamole, Philo.
I haven't been getting any REM sleep lately, though.
I've looked you up. I've Googled you.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Are you in a wheelchair, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was born with a disability, so I I always have to have it if I want to get around.
Yeah, me too. I was born with muscular dystrophy.
I was born with spina bifida, which I'm sure you know what that is.
Yeah,
Do
for
you know
sure.
what
I
that
do.
is?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's really cool
Eyes in
how
the
voice
dark.
chat allows people with disabilities to interact, like even over video games, and now the live stream over the show.
I get technology. Technology is a great equalizer for people with mobility issues, for sure.
Praise technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. And I am putting you in the Discord. First I was using Zoom, and then I got onto learning about Discord. So I'm doing stuff on there now. I'm still using Zoom, but I'm also doing Discord for other things too as well.
Okay.
I've only been on Discord 6 months.
So, if any of you guys have that particular nightmare tonight, I expect you to show up tomorrow and tell us about it. It's very important. If you see eyes in the dark and some green clouds.
They're still using models of ships at this point.
That ensign looks interesting.
He looks.
What else has he been in?
He looks like that guy from Parks and Rec, who makes the. I don't know what his name is. Wyatt. He looks like Wyatt from Parks and Rec.
Ben Wyatt.
The bearded guy?
No, Ben Wyatt, Leslie's husband.
Okay.
He makes a board game about cones. He was the mayor of a town briefly. He loves calzones.
This scene, he snaps at Geordi, and then he's like, oh, I guess it was nothing.
Very large.
And it's getting spooky. He's hearing voices. Ghost voices.
I'm trying to find him on the memory alpha, but I can't find him.
His name is... I don't know. TNG, Night Terrors, IMDb.
Is it George Colucci? But no, it's not him.
Oh, I'm just clicking on everyone who says ensign on their name.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Or it's like Operations Division Officer.
It looks like he's Craig Hurley. I think that's him.
Craig Hurley.
Craig Hurley.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
What else is he in? Nothing that I know.
Wait, is this the episode where Crusher slaps Wesley?
No.
Oh.
No.
If it is.
We watch that episode instead.
If it is, it's much overdue.
I think we already saw that one.
Yeah, that was the Sarek
We
episode.
looked up. We've seen almost every Wesley episode. So.
Oh, that
Right.
was the Sarek
Right,
episode.
we have.
Oh, okay.
What is that one? Unification?
No, it was... I think it was just called Sarek, actually. Just Sarek.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Oh. Oh, okay.
We will be seeing Sarek again in Reunification, though. For sure.
Oh, you're going to watch that? Okay.
Oh, O'Brien's jealousy was back in TNG. I didn't know it went back this far.
Yeah. He's,
O'Brien can
leveling
do no wrong.
accusations. Oh, that man is Sean Duke. He is also in nothing that I personally care about, but...
Yeah, so he was 23 in this episode, but he looks a lot younger than that.
Yeah.
That security guard guy.
On his IMDb page with the beard, he looks much better with the beard.
I agree with that.
Yeah, let me unblur the screen so everyone can see it. There it is. It could do with like going along the sides. I'm not sure about the goatee, but I like the black and gray he's got going on. It even
Silver
matches
Fox.
his outfit.
Oh wow, no, you're right.
Oh, you're talking about him. I thought you were talking about Greg Hurley.
Nah, Sean Duke.
I was talking about Craig Hurley.
I was talking about Greg Hurley too.
The younger one?
Yeah, the
Younger
guy who
or-
heard the ghost voices.
Yeah, well,
Who
that
snapped-
person.
Who snapped at Jordy?
But he has the same like white and black beard with the gray and black color coordinated clothes, just like you were saying in his IMDb picture.
This episode is really scary because basically the other crew went crazy, and now our crew is going crazy, and like
Yep.
nobody's having dreams, and like that.
It's
makes it
like
even
a
more
better
creepy.
version of The Naked Now.
Yeah, it really is. You don't have any hysterical women.
This is not a dream for the crew.
It seems a little odd that they're all hallucinating so early, though. I don't think it's even been a full day.
And the episode's only 45 minutes, Ryan.
Thank you.
I'm saying 30 minutes. No, that's not it. Yeah, at least 40 minutes.
Yeah. But if the entire premise of it is that they're hallucinating because they aren't getting REM sleep, I mean, they wouldn't have gotten any REM sleep anyway yet. They haven't slept.
No, okay. No, true. I think what's happening is also getting like a psychological bombardment that can withstand.
You're
So if it
breaking
isn't-
up. Fiddle, you're breaking up. I can't keep it together.
You're going through a tunnel. Discord has really weird effects when people break up, because it cuts you off and then it plays all the sound it missed really fast when it catches up again.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, and it's nothing major, but for me, like when I'm using Zoom, when I talk, I will not cut out. When I talk softly, I will not like come in and out. But when I'm using Discord, I will kind of like fade as I'm talking softly. I'm not sure if that's I'm also not sure if that's Discord, but the camera I got here is a noise canceling microphone. That's a noise canceling microphone. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's that or if it's Discord doing that.
It sounds like that's
But when I'm talking loud, it sounds fine now.
it sounds like what happened maybe is you have it set to only
And also I turn off I had a setting that Discord had for noise suppression. I turned that off too.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that.
Just trying to
I
make
think
that better.
you might have it set so it only works on voice activity, so if you're not talking loud enough, it just thinks you're not talking at all.
Yeah, I still gotta figure this out. I'm still new to Discord.
You know, I want to look at voice activity or voice activation, something like that.
Okay, thanks.
Worf is snapping over here. I was detained.
I got 5 more.
Is Worf being detained? Is he free to go?
The security officer was detained. This is another technobabble episode, though, unfortunately.
It's so convenient that we've had this exact thing happen before. Now we can use the information to solve this one. Wait, what do you
And
mean
it
the
is-
replicator can't produce complex things? What do you mean?
It is scary that a starship mutinied, and that's happening to our crew. Mutiny is a very scary thing.
So I guess this is one of those instances where even though they say there's never mutinies on Federation starships, this is one of those mutinies where they just say it doesn't count.
Mm-hmm. The captain with the pole through her chest.
Yep.
Implies otherwise. No, and it is really like the Naked Now, but like they're really vicious and violent. Like even on the Enterprise when they're put in sickbay and it's 10 forward, and the guy's like overreacting. He's like, "Let us out of here right now."
So, did you guys get enough REM sleep last night? Plenty of REM?
Not
I
even
sure
close.
did.
The
Now,
other
two
night, I
people
didn't.
said something and I didn't understand either of them.
I said I sure did.
Okay.
And I said not even close.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So your eyes look like Rikers right now?
I got a bloodshot.
I just remember I had a weird dream last night where I was in some kind of store. And for some reason, I was buying like 4 long metal straws. But to check out, you had to go through a metal detector. And the guard, there was a guard. It was like, I can't go through the metal detector. I have these 4 metal straws I'm buying. And he just let me go through. Look, I don't know. There was a store and some straws and a metal detector.
That sounds amazing. You should write it into a book.
Okay.
Or a Star
Yeah,
Trek
I mean,
episode.
dreams make sense at the time, and then when you wake up, you're like, how did that make sense?
It's like, hang on, I started in a store and then it just wasn't a store anymore. What happened?
Yeah. And then another thing is people actually have a dozen or more dreams a night. When we wake up, we remember it as like one big dream.
Yeah.
But like dreams only last like 30 seconds or 90 seconds.
That's a good one right. That's a good one right here.
I know I had at least one more, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, you okay, Captain?
Hey, Picard, what are you doing?
We never see this vulnerable.
Doing some exercises.
He's
So,
just
like, what are you doing
practicing
on-
for the inevitable
what are you doing
blowing
on
up of the
turbo
ship.
lift? So, like, what are you doing on the turbo lift? Yeah, some kind of exercises.
Hopefully the turbo lift is soundproofed. Data doesn't
One way
even
to do
care.
your exercises.
This is the point where Picard realizes I can't hold it together anymore.
Give Data command. Let Data control the ship. He's so much better at this.
By the way, if they didn't have Data, they'd literally be mutinying right now.
No, Signal. There were 4 straws. 4.
Wow, that is a small bed, Riker. Was that like a twin?
That was a funny scene.
Is that pillow covered in sequins?
Yeah. No, it's
A rhinestone pillow.
That looks awful.
Yeah,
Looks uncomfy.
it's the future. It's like a future material. It's like the blanket. And the
A duranium pillow.
Yeah.
It looks like a pillow made out of marbles, and that's what's uncomfy. That's the uncomfy thing about it. That's what I always found out when I seen that pillow.
Their acting in this episode was so fantastic, especially Troy and Picard and Crusher, because like they're all tired and exasperated, and like Troy especially, she looks totally bugged out. Like, I mean, like some kind of addicted recovery or withdrawal or something.
Do you suppose how they did this episode is they just actually made the actors stay up all night, then have them try and perform correctly?
Hungover.
Just try and, make them hungover, deprive them of sleep, then just have them read lines.
Just go out late tonight, guys. Show up on time tomorrow. I did an internship at a news channel, Fox News Channel, and so it was in 2005. I was 18 at the time, and my first day, half the workers for the morning show, they were hungover from the Super Bowl, and like, the executive producer wanted to fire one of his workers, but they just moved him to another show. But he should have been fired. There's no reason for everybody to call out after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But that's what happened. The Enterprise.
Oh yeah, the Resident Evil scene.
Oh god, this scene. This is This is a fun one.
When I had to turn my camera, sorry.
Go ahead.
When I had to turn my camera off, that was a while ago. I don't have to leave again for a while.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I responded to that late. This is the first time we see the morgue on the Enterprise, right?
Is this even a morgue? This looks like a cargo bay.
I think the device, odd thing to realize, I think the device that Crusher is holding in her right hand anyway, is the same one that Sloane gave to Bashir in order to remove the memory engram thing from the back of his ear.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Ooh.
It's like the same thing.
Continuity. Oh,
this is a great scene.
We're going spooky.
I'm sure in
Clusters
universe
in
it's not meant to be
section
the same
31.
device, but
I don't remember this scene.
Yeah,
Where
this
do you
is
think Crusher was in season 2? She was training with Section 31 guys.
At least Crusher has the presence of mind to know it's just a hallucination.
A lot of hallucinations there, see? She was hallucinating.
Yeah, I would have run out of there.
she has the presence of mind now.
Like sometimes middle of the night, if I wake up from nightmare, be like, oh, is there a ghost? It's like, no, I know there's not a ghost. You don't have to be afraid of it. It's not real. You're fine.
I would have wet myself well before that.
Yeah, I had that too.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
No such thing as ghosts.
Okay, but when you see the body starts getting up,
ghosts has exist somehow.
If you see a body start to just rise from the dead, it's probably safer to assume you're hallucinating, like Dr. Crusher.
Right. I like that the ship is named Britain because, Britain is one thing, but Britain is with 2 T's, and Britannia is another word. So I haven't heard Britain outside of this episode. Brittany is another name for the island of Britain.
Britain is actually a surname. Could be named after someone famous.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, Britain, the founder of Britain. John Britain. Yeah, sleep. Not sleep deprivation. Dream deprivation. In order to survive. That's some fine acting, Doctor. Thank you.
Yeah, she's doing great.
I'm no doctor. I don't think we actually need to specifically dream, though.
No, you don't need to dream.
So.
You need to enter REM sleep and delta sleep, but dream necessarily, no.
Well, dream is rapid eye movement.
No, they're 2 different things. You can have rapid eye movement sleep or get into REM sleep and not dream.
Okay.
Yeah. You also don't just dream in rapid eye in REM sleep. You can dream in delta sleep also.
Yeah, I mean delta's the lowest. Like you can even enter delta waves if you're on the highway for like 12 hours and all you see is just black asphalt and white strips going past you. That'll put you into delta wave mode.
I hope not, because then you'd be asleep and then you'll crash.
Oh, isn't that a thing? Hypnosis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Highway hypnosis, yeah.
Get in the zone. Oh, eyes in the dark. One moon.
Are they pulling her up by a harness or probably a harness?
I'm looking at like the back of her clothing, seeing if I can see where it's like being pulled up by a wire.
Yeah.
So you have what's called acuity. Basically, when you're awake, your EEG is showing alpha waves. It's just normal whenever you're doing anything awake. When you're really concentrating on something, you're showing beta waves. Shallow sleep, you're showing theta waves. And depending on how you measure it, deep sleep, REM sleep is high frequency theta waves, and then delta sleep are delta waves. all at a certain frequency. And I know this because I worked at a sleep lab. It's a long story, but yeah.
I was just going to ask, do you also do sleep studies?
Yeah, I worked in the sleep lab when I was in respiratory before I switched to psych.
Oh, that makes sense.
Did you try inducing beta waves in the into like, I don't know what she said. Did you try doing the technobabble thing?
No, if we could do that, that'd be great.
Okay.
I
Besides,
picked up a.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you were saying something.
Oh, I was just gonna say, most of the sleep disturbances, like over 90% of them are all weight related. So like there have
that makes sense. Like apnea, yeah.
Yeah, sleep apnea or hypopneas and that sort of thing. So you'll have like really obese people who never go into REM sleep, and they haven't had like meaningful REM sleep for years. Like, except they might get like a 30-second like REM burst, what's called a REM burst, or go into like what's called REM rebound once in a while, but never have a full stage of REM sleep for years.
Stop drinking soda, guys.
I did. I already did that.
Okay, well, it's for the viewers because we were singing praises about root beer.
Yes.
For a minute, yeah.
Soda's bad for you, by the way.
Is that Ensign Emo in the background again?
Yeah, that's Ensign Hears Voices. Why is he glaring at them, though? He looks like he's gonna like walk up behind them and stab them in the back.
The representative from Hot Topic. He looks like Spider-Man.
Yeah, he looks like evil Venom version Spider-Man.
Yeah, and his hair was all messed up too in that scene because everybody's hair is getting more and more disheveled as they're losing their REM sleep. No one worse than Riker.
Luckily, Captain Picard does not have that issue.
Nope.
Worf is well groomed, at least. I guess because he's wearing a wig, not just his hair.
You know, some of his hair is a little bit off on the our right, his left side. Oh, and he's about to kill himself here, so he's not all right.
If you can't get to sleep, just talk to a doctor. Don't stab yourself. I know if you stab yourself, you're going to be able to sleep for a really long time, but it's a different kind of sleep.
So you wash the knife in red wine, and then you plunge it in your heart.
I like how he has suicide red wine just in case, just right there.
Yeah, it's the ritual, just always ready.
I assume it's for other stuff usually, but
I don't like how he's leaning on the tip of that knife. He's going to dull it.
And the last thing he says is Alexandra Jin. So, and she's the suicide hotline apparently because she'll just detect it.
It's true.
We need that.
Chef Excellence in chat. It also doubles as a breakfast nook.
Okay.
That's canon. So
can you also make Roostai on the altar?
You can make those eggs that Riker made that only Worf liked. That's where you do it.
Is it an induction stove? Is that what it is? He just put it like a tablecloth over it?
Security takes a long time to get there.
Hey, it's a big ship. Absurdly big.
But Worf's like, no one can stop me, and then like he just stops himself.
Relax, Worf. Nothing's gonna come and kill you. You're just going to go insane until you kill yourself.
Oh, Mr. Wolf.
At least he didn't turn into a spider that spits out toxic spit.
I assume what's gonna happen here when he puts down the knife, it's gonna cut to him having blood all over his hands from cutting himself in that grip.
Although I would have loved to see those two guys try to fight Worf. That might have been fun.
I mean, they do have guns.
Is that what Counselor Troy does? Like about suicidal ideation? Just like call for help and then tell him nothing's wrong?
Well, apparently, yes. By experiment, we have concluded that is what she does.
I mean, that's kind of what I would do, at least if somebody was in my office and was talking about it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, call the police and then just try to talk them down.
Look, if you stab yourself, you're still going to have to pay for the full session.
Absolutely.
How many days has it been so far? Like 3 or 4?
They said 10 at one point already.
10 days?
Yeah,
How are they
implication is that
alive?
this takes a while, apparently.
How long would it take you to die of... I mean, this is basically sleep deprivation. How long can you go without sleeping before you just die?
Is it sleep deprivation or just REM deprivation?
It's specifically REM deprivation, but I don't know if that's meaningfully different.
It is. I can say that it is. You can survive. You can survive on that for a long time, but you will have some of these effects. Not to this degree, really, but not to this degree this soon. But
I mean,
the effects are real.
Something's very interesting is that, like, you know, fish, I don't think they sleep, right? Because if you sleep, you kind of just can't. You got to keep swimming, so the water keeps passing through the gills of your lungs. They do enter like a low mode state. So, I think though, like physically, you don't need sleep. Like psychologically, it's supremely important for you to integrate everything that happened during the day.
So, very important plot point we just got. Mr. Other Betazoid here has also seen the eyes in the dark. So we know it's not just a nightmare that Troy is having.
Frequency.
Frequency.
Yeah.
So
And the other cool... Go ahead.
Troy's telepathy here is actually like some kind of carrier wave that people can manipulate and communicate on. Can we just solve telepathy? Can we give everyone telepathy with like subspace receivers?
They even say in this episode there's no technology that's capable of blocking telepathic transmissions. Data says that, I think, here.
Except for Bashir's genetic enhancements. Like,
true.
I think he blocks
But
it.
if you're that smart, you could just not think that thought, and then nobody could be able to read your mind.
Or you could just have whatever lobe the Ferengi have so that people can't read their thoughts.
True.
Yeah, I believe REM sleep waves are between 3 and 7 hertz.
Okay.
Delta waves are 1 to 3.
Yeah, when I was like maybe 16, I got into this meditation exercise. This guru down in Texas named Jose Silva from the 80s. He would sell audio cassettes of like close your eyes and relax. And you know, he would play a 10 hertz tone with a sawtooth motion, you know, so you would listen to the 10 hertz beat in your and somehow the theory was though your brain would enter alpha mode, which is extremely relaxed 10 hertz. Because as you said, beta is when you're concentrating, you're focusing. Alpha is when you're so I have a passing familiarity with that.
Yeah.
For beta, delta, I think you said.
There you go. In REM sleep, you have sawtooth waves, if I remember correctly. Also, but you can in alpha sleep when you're awake.
What I love about this episode is learn about what a hydrogen atom looks like.
One moon. Now, to be clear, this isn't actually how atoms work. There's not actually an electron circling in an orbit. That's not what happens.
No. There's a Heisenberg uncertainty principle.
It's very... It's complicated. There's an electron cloud, and the electron can sort of how do you even say that word? Probabilistically exist at any point in that cloud.
Right, and we can either know the momentum or the location of the electron, or the speed, but we can never know both. But it's a cloud. It's like a cloud of possibilities.
Yeah.
Electrons are weird.
Electrons
it's not even
are
a
weird.
solid object. It's like this ephemeral beer.
I mean, strictly speaking, nothing is really solid. It's just highly compressed energy.
True. Even an atom is 99% empty space. That's how the phase technology works in the cloak for the Pegasus episode.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before on stream, but one of my favorite facts about matter energy conversion is like if you send a wave through a small opening, like a water wave, and you have a little slit in a wall, it'll diffract and go out and make a bunch of different little waves that go out separately. If you walk through a doorway, the same thing happens with you on a very tiny, like less than microscopic, subatomic scale. Because technically you're made of energy and you diffract slightly as you go through an opening.
I'm rippling through the universe now, huh?
Yes. Not on any meaningful scale, but technically.
Something that blew me away, because watching enough about phased matter in Star Trek, that's the episode like with the Pegasus and the one where Geordi and Ensign Rowe are on the Romulan ship, and with Troy, and so my chemistry teacher taught us that look, matter is 99% empty space, but it's only the protons that repel the other protons in the atoms that cause something to feel solid. It's because positive charge repels a positive charge. Otherwise, we'd just be phasing through each other like the Pegasus.
Yeah, that'll mostly be the
Jeez.
Yeah, there's also the what's it called? I don't remember the name of it, but the thing where two electrons with the same. Why do you have a gun?
Valence.
Why does Guinan have a gun?
Electrons
with the same quantum numbers can't exist in the same space. So if you try and push through something, no, it's not it's not Heisenberg uncertainty.
Pauli exclusion principle.
Pauli exclusion, yes, Pauli exclusion principle. Two electrons can't occupy the same space if they have the same quantum numbers, and because there's just such a ludicrous amount of electrons in anything, in any physical object, if you try and push through something, you can't do it without violating Pauli exclusion.
Oh wow, I didn't even.
It's probably more. I always thought it was more like just like electrostatic forces.
There is also a lot of just like physical repulsion.
Don't get all that close to each other.
It's both.
Yeah, that's what I originally said. The charge repels each other.
But why do they need this signal? Why can't they just detect that there's hydrogen going in and like?
Yeah, why couldn't they HYDROG?
Are they on the battle bridge?
No, just on the dramatic bridge.
The lights are dim. Just it looks like the battle bridge.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to use this shot instead of them just detecting the hydrogen, because we already paid Municertus to get on the wires, so we might as well use the shot.
They have the fan for the air. For the hair.
Make her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's an air.
I assume this is overdubbed.
I didn't see it because I was busy. They're on the battle bridge now. Looks like to me they're on the regular bridge.
Yeah, it is the regular bridge.
Okay.
But the lights were dim, so we were a little confused.
It's a space alien. It's a ghost alien. Man, they have a lot of hydrogen.
Yeah. Well, those are called Bussard collectors in the blue part in the cell.
Apparently, they're also Bussard ejectors.
That's the other Riker maneuver.
I do appreciate that the hydrogen was red. That it's the correct color for deuterium.
It would be interesting if the alien was like, no, wait, I wanted a different isotope of hydrogen.
So the aliens disabled the engines?
No.
No, the Tychon's rift disabled the engines, and they had to...
Right.
Because both their engines were disabled. The aliens and Arfuk.
Imagine two foxes caught in the same trap, and like.
And one of them turns to the other and says, "Do you have any deuterium?"
Ba-dum-dum.
Yeah, that was a bear trap, though. Enterprise almost got destroyed. Well, everybody on the crew almost died the most horrible death.
The ship would have been fine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Data.
That was a good line.
So yeah, Data can just run the entire ship by himself, so just let him.
I mean, that was a good order. I order everybody to bed.
Yep. All right, now what's Data going to do with all this control? All this power he has? No one can stop him.
Sleep is essential for mental health and well-being.
Yes.
So
Data is going to change everyone's passwords.
Get your 8 to 10 hours, everyone.
He's going to look through everyone's internet history.
He needs to lock all the doors to the quarters once people are inside. He needs to tell the computer to only accept commands from the bridge, and then he can do anything he wants. He can go anywhere. He just has a free ship.
And you need to set a super long password.
Yes.
Yes.
843769247822233. No.
Must have one capital letter and one special character and one.
Data's password didn't have a single special character. All right, so the next episode. The next episode is Identity Crisis.
When he said like Theta and Delta and all that, does that count as a special character or is that just TND?
I mean, on the display, on the actual display, it just said the word Theta.
Yeah, that's not special enough.
No.
What display?
When Data was given his really long password on the computer screen, it was showing the password as he said it.
Okay.
All right,
funny.
1 minute.
I'm sorry.
So I have a feeling that if this episode was titled today, it would
Shut
not
up,
be called
Mike.
Identity Crisis.
It's Kevin's turn.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. You're right. I was okay with waiting. But I was going to say, it's funny. I mean, I kept thinking about this, but it's funny because you have Data, and then you have how can I say this?
We can come back to it if you need to think on it for a minute.
I mean, you have Data, and then you have like your
Hang on, everyone, get ready to press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. All right.
Pressing play. Okay. It's funny. You have Data, and then you have like data diagnostics.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see a difference there? But I just found it was pretty funny. How it sounds similar, Sounds
This
pretty
episode
funny.
starts off with data and data analysis. Yeah, it is two different things. This episode is funny because we're starting off with a video of young LaForge.
Yeah, I was just looking at how the fact they're using the old uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Fiddle, did you fill out the schedule again? Because I got an email that said you did, but I don't actually see it here.
I did not fill out the schedule again, sorry.
Okay. No, that's fine. I got an email, and I don't know why it sent the email.
I think maybe that's your computer's reminding me.
Okay.
Like, tell him to tell Fiddle to fill that out again. So, serve on a ship together, and now all the old crewmates are disappearing.
Yep. This is another spooky episode. It's very spooky. Do we get spooky episodes next week, TNG? TNG season 4. What's next? No, definitely not spooky. It's going to be the Nth Degree with Barkley, Cupid with, you know, Robin Hood, and the Drumhead.
I'm the smartest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Drumhead, such a great episode.
Do not skip the intro, by the way. Do not.
I already did. I'm used to skipping intros when I watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait here for you.
For the stream. Okay, so Drumhead. What's Drumhead about again? Wrecker?
Drumhead's the one about Simon Tarsus, the trial. The Admiral comes on and starts like accusing everyone on the Enterprise of a conspiracy. And accuses Picard of a conspiracy.
Admiral Sati?
Yes, Admiral Sati.
Oh, we didn't watch that. Okay.
And then Picard quotes her dad, and like she gets real mad.
She's furious.
With the first link, the chain is forged. The first speech censured, the first thought forbidden, the first freedom denied, etc.
Link is broken. My father was a good man. How dare you quote him to me?
We are all chained irrevocably.
I've brought down bigger men than you, Picard.
And then the other Admiral who showed up from, I think, Admiral from Starfleet Security. She just goes on a rant and he just leaves. He just walks out. It's like, nah, I've seen enough.
He's Vulcan, right?
Nah,
No,
he's
just a guy.
Yeah, he's just... I want to say Admiral Henry. Is that right?
He also doesn't have a line. So they probably
Yeah, no.
didn't pay him very much.
He just walks in, looks upset briefly, and then walks out.
It's like when we do the Worf episode tomorrow, we have the Vulcan Admiral presiding over Worf's trial. And it's like, just not impressed the whole time.
All right. Here he is on the stream. This is Admiral Thomas Henry. I assume he's a pretty cool guy. We don't really know much about him.
Who does he play?
He's Admiral Thomas Henry. Vice Admiral Thomas Henry.
Started on TNG.
He's an admiral who supervises the trial of the ensign who's accused of being a Romulan spy.
Yes.
Okay. And that's
Lieutenant
Tarsus.
That's that guy.
Sweet.
It looks like an old Admiral's uniform, too.
I like when they go back to like, what the crew was like 10 years ago. It really gives the character so much depth, and I only get that on the second watching with Ryan's Edits channel. When we were talking about O'Brien with Set like 3 and how difficult it was during the Cardassian Wars for our heroes.
Picard with the Stargazer. Picard with the Stargazer as well.
It's fun to hear the characters' histories.
Oh, something's about to change out the window, isn't it? There's a little bit of fuzziness around Geordi.
No, I think it's just green screen.
Yeah. Because we're never really in warp in this room. Only 3 times.
Commander Lighton.
Fix on the missing shuttle. We will, of course, repeat this plot point for Discovery. Someone stealing a shuttle. You have to chase them down.
Shuttles just have the keys in them at all times.
I mean,
wait, hang on. This is a Federation shuttle. Does it have warp?
Yeah.
Do they have warp yet?
Yeah.
They didn't before.
I know Ryan maintains they didn't before, but I don't think you can have a spacecraft without warp.
No. It would make it too hard.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, we learned that the Bajorans have spaceships that don't even go to warp.
Look, that shuttle literally has warp engines on it.
I know, but they've always had nacelles, and they've never been able to go to warp.
We've never
that is
seen
definitely
a warp
different
core
model,
on
though.
a shuttle. That's for sure. I mean,
yeah,
that's for sure.
That's a different model of shuttle. It's not the same boxy thing.
But I feel like Bajoran shuttles would just need to get to Deep Space Nine and back. Like, where are you going?
I'm thinking of the episode where Bajorans are introduced, Ensign Rowe. they have to go hunt down that Bajoran terrorist, and he's like, Admiral, the Bajoran ships are old and obsolete. They don't even have warp capability.
Oh, I see.
It is,
Well,
though,
so
in DS9, it is a really weirdly long trip from the station to Bajor.
Can they not get closer to in transport range?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Just full impulse until you're in transporter range. It'll take about 5 seconds.
Yeah, the shuttle's not going that fast.
Also, Deep Space Nine was closer to Bajor in episode 1, The Emissary. They move it closer to the wormhole. So it wouldn't be going that far. DS9 was in orbit of Bajor. Or very close to it.
Bye, Lieutenant Hickman.
Aww.
I have birds outside my window.
Okay, good.
Hicks blew himself up.
You hear him?
Oh yeah, just faintly.
Yeah, I think it worked. Kicking off that noise suppression, I think it worked on here.
We could have like warped, like a 1 second warp jump, and then tractored the thing.
Yep. Like they did in Deep Space Nine when the
like they did in Deep Space Nine.
It's gonna blow up the sun.
There are so many ways we could have saved this person, but we just didn't even try.
Could have done the transponder codes and taken control of the shuttle.
See, that's the boxy shuttlecraft. That's the new weird one. Or the old weird one, rather.
Yeah. It looks like
we did see the more curvy one in a few episodes in the early seasons. Specifically, the one where Dr. Pulaski examines the genetically engineered kid. That's the type of shuttle that was used there.
I feel like the beam-in sequence got really shorter as TNG went on.
And you got to cut for time. Speed it up. We only got 45 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta go back to season 1 and like time the beam-ins. That one
beam-in?
The beam-in when someone transports in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yo, what's beaming?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant B-man, as in like A-man or G-man.
Beam
in.
Okay. Sorry, it's just the dialect.
She's holding her neck. That means she got bitten like by some Spider-Man alien bug that's going to turn her into a monster.
Or a flower that's going to make her all happy.
Or a
radioactive spider. Radioactive spider.
I still hate their holsters that they clip to their sides. That phaser is just like 75% of it is hanging out of the holster.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't have the like wrist flashlights like in Voyager. They're like holding the most uncomfortable, ridiculous flashlights right now.
Yeah, they're clunky.
I tell my count to have the Voyager flashlight.
Hey,
quiet dog. I'm sorry, the TNG flashlights are.
Wait, but what kind of dog is it?
It's an adorable dog. That's what kind.
What brand is it?
No, it's I think I put a picture up. It's a Dachshund mix.
Okay.
I never saw the picture.
It's in the chat. You might have to go back a month, but maybe I can put.
That's okay. I'll just pull up some random picture of Dachshund mix.
No, it's not the same. I'll bring
Dachshund.
Yeah.
Mix.
Hold.
Yeah, just take a picture with your phone, put it on Discord.
Old Dachshund mix.
See if your dog will stay.
Whatever craziness Ryan is about to show you,
Here we
it's not
go.
my dog.
This is DB's dog. Look at how cute this is Davey's dog. It's such a good dog. Look at him.
I like it.
It's a good dog.
I still don't see the chat. Did you put it in the general chat?
No, it's on the stream, but we'll pull it up.
Oh.
It's on the YouTube website.
I'm gonna drop a picture. That is not.
Well, that was a crazy twirl with the tricorder.
Gotta have some flair.
I mean, I could probably find it in the search.
Susanna is not the first woman to tell him that. Stay away, Jordy.
What I really like about this episode, and again, I was 14 years old. This was probably like where like the past 10 episodes is where my first TNG started watching. And looking at it in retrospect, I'm really lucky I stuck with the show. Because some of the stuff like the Deanna floating up in the green clouds and the nightmare stuff, you know, I might have just tuned out and been like, all right, this show is like not my cup of tea. But you know, the data stuff really to me. Oh, such a nice dog. Oh.
Some years ago, I was at my aunt's house, and some TNG happened to come up just on the TV. I was like, oh, okay, this maybe we'll get a good introduction episode. She's never seen it before. And the first episode that played, well, first it was like the last bit of a two-parter, so just ignore that. But the first episode that came up after that was, I think it's called Phantasms, the episode where Data is having dreams, and he makes that loud screeching sound every time he opens his mouth. Like, this is not a good introduction. This is just Data screeching at the camera for 30 minutes.
And Dr. Sung is hammering with an anvil.
Yeah. He's hammering a wing.
That's when Data first starts having dreams.
Yes.
The Phantasms one is where the aliens are on the ship and Data stabs Troy, and they have the cellular peptide cake with no frosting. And
okay. It's the one where Data's having dreams. That one, whatever it's called.
There's two of them, though.
It's called Dreams.
It's the one where Data is making a screech. No, wait.
The one
no, he is having dreams. Yeah, he is having dreams in the Phantasms episode.
Yeah.
No, that's
there's
right.
more than one episode where he has dreams, though.
Yeah, it's Phantasms, the one where he's screeching. And he's screeching because of the things that are mouths on people's bodies somewhere, and he has to stab them.
Yep. He's dreaming there. But the one where he Sung is forging a wing is actually the episode where Data starts dreaming.
Yes.
And
where he meets Dr. Bashir.
Yeah, I think that's actually I forget the name of it. It's the Worf two-parter with the Klingons that he's going to rescue his dad. It's the first. It's the end of the first part.
Redemption.
Of that. I don't think it's Redemption. Maybe it is.
Yep, nothing will happen to Suze. Nothing.
Yeah, no, Susanna's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
So,
wait a minute. Sorry, go on.
No, you can say something.
No, I was just making a joke. Go ahead.
So, this episode though really fascinated me. Even though turning into a blue man was like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna subscribe to that part. But the thing is, when Geordi does the turns a 2D photo into a 3D holographic thing. Oh man, that blew my mind. That probably hooked me onto the series because it's a very good use of technology to solve a problem. When the way he discovers the shadow and everything, and I still love it when I rewatched it.
Yeah. So I looked it up. The episode is Birthright, parts 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Birthright.
That's the one. Because Worf runs into the Uridian on Deep Space Nine, and that's where
James Cromwell. James Cromwell
that was James Cromwell. He was.
You were talking about
Shrek too.
that investigation is, and all of what I remember from seeing it on TV before I actually started watching the series properly. I just remember some weird investigation with camera tricks and light and some kind of invisible creature.
I mean, he's the only one that could have solved that mystery. Otherwise, they had no idea what was going on. And upon rewatching, right, the computer says there's not enough information to extrapolate the thing just from its shadow. But he says, assume it's my shape. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense because the computer just needs at least something to have a proportion with. So I thought that was nice, well written, thematically. And so the crazy thing is now with AI, we can even enhance pictures. And they were showing that like 20, 30 years ago.
I've got some software installed that does just that.
And it's a really hard thing when you think about it. It's a really, really hard thing to do when you think about it. But upscaling is here.
You know, maybe they wouldn't have had this problem of everyone getting infected if they just had proper flashlights. If they had a hand
Good
free.
light.
Is that the one Star Trek cave?
I don't
Yeah.
know. The set looked kind of familiar, but they did a good job
Oh,
of making it look outdoors.
I think it
It
may
was
be
a really
the,
big set.
I think it may be the set for Worf's calisthenics program, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
could be.
With Skeletor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a nice expansive set because you have to have the shuttle in there and like trees all around.
They had a building in that set.
Yeah.
They had a building in the building.
So this is the second Geordi Must Suffer episode almost in a row.
Could we maybe like take Susanna to sickbay?
She
She's
just
clearly
got
not
out of-
okay.
She just got out
Can
of
we-
sick bay.
Let's send her back.
She can't work right now for sure.
No, don't forget Crusher. Go back to Crusher. What? Wait, what? Since Shannon's down there, it's waiting for us.
Tarchanon's the planet.
But what? That's very concerning phrasing. It's waiting for us.
It sounds like, what is it, General Admiral Tarkonin from Star Wars? Oh man.
Admiral
I think you're
Tarkin?
combining
Grand Moff Tarkin?
combining Grand Moff Tarkin and Baron Harkonnen.
Holy shit, she's got the blight.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
The quickening. She's quickened.
She's nasty.
You can't say that about someone.
Sorry.
It's 'cause she looks
not her
different.
Fault. She has a blue vein disease.
Glowy blue veins at that. They're not glowing yet, but they will glow.
This episode's kind of similar to the episode Evolution. Did we watch that?
No, that comes later.
No, yeah, we saw Evolution, but you might be thinking of Genesis.
I am thinking of Genesis.
Genesis is the one where everyone devolves.
No, I'm thinking of the one where it is Evolution then, where they have this one guy who's like running from his people and then he turns into like this light being by the end of the episode.
Oh,
yeah.
That's Transfigurations. Yeah, the guy in what's very clearly a bodysuit.
That's
yeah,
called
Definitely
Transfiguration.
not quite here or anything.
Where you can see like his whole package on this transcendent
Yeah.
being. Great.
Yeah, Evolution is the
Transfiguration.
episode with, Wesley's nanites that escape and the guy who gives the baseball speech.
So how did they do that eye glow effect on her?
Ooh, it looks like Tomb Raider.
I'm
It's
guessing glow in the
CGI.
dark. No, it's not CGI. I'm guessing it's glow in the dark contacts.
Glow in the
And they've
dark
got her under
contacts.
UV
It's the
light.
whole eye. You can't do that with a contact.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, in
You
large
absolutely can.
contacts. Yeah, you definitely. I have keratoconus. I've tried the really big contacts. They're freaky, but yeah.
I think they even make contacts that'll. I think what did we say? She wore contacts.
They're
They're
worth
just
for them.
made her whole eyeball dark.
Yeah, no, you can get contacts that cover way more than what is it
Yeah.
called? I don't know what they're
Iris.
called. But
The iris?
Cornea.
way more. Yeah, what the contacts are called, but yeah, cover more than the iris.
Yeah, because like if someone does a possession scene, their eyes either go full black or full white, and that's the same sort of thing.
Or Geordi without the visor is all white, milky white.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vast majority of TNG is pre-CG graphics, and
I'm mostly thinking of the remaster if they added CG elements to enhance it.
Mm.
Because I've never seen the original version.
Like again, they had that studio industrial light and magic, and whatever special effects and CGI you needed, you had to pay them like $100,000 a minute for whatever footage you wanted. So it was, and even the model, the whole thing of models and blowing up models, that was ILM. So all that stuff is like really expensive at this point.
And that's why they only paid for one model blowing up. That's why you have the same bird of prey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, for the eyes, do they eyeball it too? Do they use the eyeball tool?
No, I think we said that the eyeball was just contacts.
Okay. I mean, I understand that, but I'm thinking, can you also like use the eyeball tool? Like, can you can you even do it today? I'm sure you could, right?
Yeah. You could do that.
Okay.
I would imagine that most productions, unless they have a really high budget, if they needed to do that, would still use contacts. They wouldn't use CG.
Okay.
That's practical effects like that are a lot cheaper.
I think though at this point, like I think Ryan could do it. So if Ryan could do it,
No,
you wouldn't need.
No, I could not.
Couldn't turn someone eyeballs yellow.
Nope, not in motion.
I'll shop, but I don't do them on it.
Well, if I had to do it, this is what I would do. I would break down the video into 24 frames, then on each frame turn each eyeball yellow, and then put it back together.
It's gonna take forever.
And you can pay me $100,000 for that.
How do time indexes work? Is that like a number of seconds, the time index?
I think it's frames.
Could be frames. Subspace projection, Z-particle emissions, interferometric readings.
I'm pretty sure they're on 60 frames per second in the 24th century.
Yeah, Photoshop, Ryan. Is that when you were saying when you said you could do all those things?
I mean, yeah, I could use. Well, I don't use Photoshop specifically, but yeah, I could make like one frame glow. That's fine. That's easy.
Like what do you use specifically?
I use Paint.net.
What?
Paint.net.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot weaker than Photoshop, but I don't need all the powerful features for what I do. I just make thumbnails.
Okay.
You make your own thumbnails?
Well, yeah, how else? I don't pay someone to make thumbnails.
No, you don't have a staff.
No. No staff.
I've been reading too many fantasy novels recently. When you said you don't have a staff, I immediately thought of a wizard staff.
I mean, I did make several pre-made characters for D&D with staffs.
Yeah.
That's the only staff we have? Okay.
Staffs are pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
They also work as quarter staff, so you can hit people with them. And most classes who use a staff are proficient with it.
I don't get the whole you can't have weapons if you're a wizard. Gandalf had a sword. Come on.
No, you can have weapons, for sure. You're just...
Oh, really?
You're not good with the more advanced weapons. And really all it means when you're not proficient with a weapon is you don't get to add your +2 to hit. So you're just less likely to hit someone with it.
Gotcha. I have played D&D, but not very much, and I suck at the rules, so I avoid it.
Well, maybe you should come learn the rules.
I mean, I know a lot of them. The only people that I play with are like my actual real life friends because they know that I'm like always gonna ask, how do I attack again?
Let's see. Let's highlight Jordy's eyes here.
Group of Star Trek nerds play D&D. It sounds like the start of something really great.
There's Jordy's eyes. I'm going to copy those and copy them into a new layer. So now we have just the eyes. Okay.
If we ever get bored of D&D, we should play Starship Battles at some point.
Let's bring the brightness up and bring the contrast down.
Nice software.
Let's apply slight blur.
You're asking me, Kevin, for Starship Battles?
Jordy, you're someone's grandfather now. Well, that's not creepy.
He deleted the audio. Shouldn't he have just muted it?
No, delete. We don't want that audio.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I was saying to Ryan, nice software.
There we go. There's some nice glowing eyes for you.
Wait, I'm missing this.
A single still frame, no problem whatsoever. Easy. An actual video? No.
So just repeat that process for every frame.
No. It's gonna take forever.
Oh,
Do you know how many frames
never
there are
match
in a
up
video?
well enough.
Yeah. It'd be like gooey eyes. Gooey yellow eyes.
I can
Gooey,
also
like the beginning of Mario 64, kind of gooey.
I don't think I played Mario 64.
there now he's possessed Jordy. Evil Jordy.
Spectrally enhance.
Isn't that what his visor already does?
No. Okay, now we get the actual investigation.
People in the holodeck.
Jordy, who are you going to make out with now?
But this aliens, so they can't complain.
Oh, his hands are shaking. He's possessed. He's got it. He's got the blood fever.
He's got a blue undertone on his hand too.
Oh no. It's too late. Jordy's already been infected. He may look fine now, but it's only a matter of time before he turns into the alien. He must be purged.
I cut off earlier, but I said I have Photoshop, but I don't use it that much.
Okay.
It's really nice software.
Jordy, stop staring at the woman.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I can't watch you do this.
Jordy, you can make out with yourself.
Thank you, Jaina. I'm glad someone got the reference.
I literally plugged my microphone back in so I could just...
Okay. How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way.
I must consider this an act of seasoning.
Seasoning?
That's how they take.
Have you sauced your mince office?
Hollow photos in the future.
Lord
With Google
Umami.
glasses.
Yes. By my right of succession and the sovereignty of my crown of roast pork, I hereby rehydrate you from commandard and suspend Aroni your pepperoni from service.
It also looks like the Vorta eye controller thing, which is also Google.
Man, that guy's standing really still. I guess he really wants the
well, the
video
computer
to be
doesn't
stable.
know. So the computer doesn't know what he was doing because it's in the image. So
True.
Yeah, still.
That's a good point.
Am I watching Red Dwarf? Or the back?
We're watching Infinity Crisis.
No, I mean there's an episode of Red Dwarf where they go to a backwards reality and everyone talks backwards. Never mind.
Computer fires.
No idea what you said there at all.
Yes, I'm gonna go with yes.
He said remove LaForge, so I was making the joke that the computer would fire a phaser at the real LaForge.
Okay.
Remove LaForge.
I mean,
Nice.
the computer could theoretically just dematerialize him.
Yeah.
How did the computer know to do this? This drives me nuts.
What specifically?
No,
Create a shadow for something that is invisible.
photo. Oh, the shadow was in the photo. He's removing all the other people who.
Yeah, but it's extrapolated the rest of the shadow without the other people there. How? The data isn't there.
True. In theory, though, you could probably tell when a shadow is darker because two shadows on top of each other are darker than with just one shadow.
Perhaps.
Like the program, the computer just said it doesn't know it's creating the shadow. It just knows there's a shadow in the video that it's recreating.
Yeah, but we only saw the head of the shadow when you did the spectral analysis. How did the whole body come out? Especially when there were people standing in front of it.
Who knows?
No, but here's the other thing though. If that camera isn't one lens, but it's a binocular lens, you could have 3D information and pull out a shadow outside of people standing in front of it. Because you get
Jordy,
it from 2 different angles.
I do not like how much Jordy is sweating and fiddling with his clothing here. .7 meters. Okay, how many feet is that? I only speak freedom units.
5
it's more.
Oh no! Wow, that's like 5'7".
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a weird object there on the holodeck.
Oh no, Jordash.
Oh no, it's too late.
We have CRISPR that can change your DNA, but I assume though if we were to actually start changing all your DNA, it would be extremely painful. Something like this.
And if you change all the DNA someone, they probably just die. I don't think you're gonna morph.
Or it would be painful.
Has that woman traveled faster than Warp 10?
Yeah.
No, that's not a salamander. Don't be ridiculous.
It's close.
There's like
Some
they call them
sort of parasite.
guppies.
Some sort of parasite. Susanna's got to be really hungry because she's growing a lot of extra mass here. Where's she getting it from?
Yeah, true. From the same place Odo loses his mass when he becomes a bird and flies away.
Ah, of course. It's all going into subspace and being pulled from subspace.
It's a subspace matter exchange.
Subspace matter exchange. Sounds like a flea market.
All right, so here's the dog. But here also, what is DB wearing today? Those look sort of like jogging sweatpants sort of thing. At least it has a pocket. That's good. Now, I'm not sure about the couch. That pillow looks sort of uncomfortable, and the couch looks... That looks like a really large gap between cushions. I'm not convinced.
I think the dog needs a haircut.
I do appreciate the leg rest. That's very important. If you're just like lounging and watching something.
I'm going to put up a picture of Skip with a puppy cut because he is next level ridiculous.
Now, I have another issue here with the current couch setup. I assume that the TV is sort of over in this direction or behind the camera, in which case I'm concerned that the light from the window is going to be causing a lot of glare with it open right now, with the curtain not drawn.
The home that you are completely tearing apart is not my home. It's also not even my leg. So.
Oh. Why does someone else have your dog in their house?
Because I was moving and he was pet sitting.
How dare you leave your dog alone like that?
I love the judgment. It's fine.
They couldn't just end
you can pass it on.
Detected at the front yard.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry about that. What's detected in my front yard?
I don't know. I'm not there. So here's a cat. This is Fiddle's cat.
I know you're not there, Ryan.
Zuleika.
With hang on. Okay, let's judge you.
Oh my god, I failed.
There's some sort of pill here, but it doesn't look like the pills are closed. That's not great. You need to close that so that it doesn't get a lot of air and moisture in there. You need to get it clean. There's a lot of cable man for you're making your cat sit on some cables. That's gonna make the cat uncomfortable. What's wrong with you?
She's not supposed to sit at the keyboard.
Hang on, is this one keyboard and then another do you have like half a keyboard here and half a keyboard here? What's this? Is that a split keyboard design?
Yes, I have carpal tunnel, so I need like 6 inches or 12 inches apart when my hands apart when I.
That's fine, but
they cramp up.
I'm mostly concerned about this large taskbar where it's 3 taskbars tall.
Yeah, I need to see the day of the week when I look at the date in Windows. So when it only opens when you open up at three times as tall.
Okay.
I like that cat. That's cute.
I don't have a pet to take a picture of, but
I used to have a cat.
I'm happy my cat got on the stream.
It's a good cat.
Oh, cat stream.
I used to have 2 cats.
Worf was not prominent in any of these episodes.
We love animals here. Especially German cats. Those are our favorite.
So they know that these people have a strong compulsion to leave wherever they are and go to this planet. Why was Geordi just allowed to be out and about? Why didn't he voluntarily confine himself somewhere?
This Geordi really, really wanted to research stuff. They didn't know how long it was going to take. There was supposed to be a.
He thought he was strong enough to fend off the infection.
Yeah, he told Dr. Crusher, I need to be able to solve the problem rather than be confined to sickbay. And I can't do anything from sickbay. But this is what I kind of missed. How does he get off the ship if he didn't use a transporter and if he didn't use a shuttle?
Literally, the thing that happened before the break was him beaming down.
Okay.
I don't know. I was looking at cats.
Because when I was showing off my cat. So because because Picard don't they ask where's Geordi, and then they say he didn't use the transporter.
So they asked where's Geordi, and the computer said the transporter was not used. But at that point, he was still on the ship. He was just in his Jem'Hadar cloaking mode, and then he beamed down at the break.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because that's the first big reveal. Because he during the transport cycle, he goes from invisible back to visible, and they show what he looks like.
Here's the dog with the haircut that you suggested.
Or just Skip as a puppy.
Skip as a puppy. Now, personally, I'm more of a fan of a solid color design for clothing. My jacket, what I'm currently wearing is a nice solid gray. I'm not sure about the stripes. Could use some sweeping out here.
All right. My room looks like an episode of Hoarders, so I'm not setting any more cat pics.
Okay.
I'm not even allowed to have leaves.
You're not allowed to have leaves. Unlike my setup, which is very, very clean if you don't look to the right.
Hey, Worf got a line.
Several kilometers, not kilometers, kilometers.
He should have used Kelicams.
Yeah.
They only have one ultraviolet light.
More props are expensive. You just need the one prop.
The Blue Man Group.
We found them.
The
this really reminds me of the Enterprise episode, or I guess more correctly, the Enterprise episode really reminds me of this, where they get turned into Archer and Malcolm and Hoshi turn into aliens as well.
That episode is so bad.
I like it. I like that episode.
And
they're compelled to return to Urquat.
Their movements remind me of Suliban also. Like
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Silverbomb moves.
Mm-hmm.
They're like their Silverbomb moves.
Yeah, these. So this is the first sighting of Suliban in TNG confirmed.
Sure.
This was really weird. I'm surprised I didn't stop watching the series after this.
Yeah, I don't remember this part of the episode at all. I don't think I've ever seen this.
Also, I have a question. So since he ripped out his uniform when he mutated and whatnot, is Geordi naked right now?
Yes, he is. You can actually see his skin on his shoulder where it's not glowing.
I mean, if you're not a person, you're really not supposed to wear clothes. So,
fortunately, LeVar Burton isn't naked. I assume.
But when I first got my cat 4 years ago, I found her as a feral kitten who was abandoned, and she was malnourished, so we rescued her, and she was only 4 weeks old. And so, seeing a lot of how to take care of cat books, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm just so weirded out by what's on the screen. Like, imagine your friend being silent and like mute and like just running away from you.
And glowing?
Blue. Yeah.
And being naked.
Sounds pretty normal.
I don't think this would work.
Happens every day.
Oh, right.
Have you
so
got
Go ahead.
No, so have you got experience in this department?
No, so but
How
the
many
thing
of your
about
friends
the
have
cat-
glowed?
But about the cat thing though, so one of the books about raising kittens said some people like to make their animals wear clothing, but it's just as against the dignity of an animal to make it wear clothing as it is against the dignity of a person to remove their clothing. I was like, that's a good.
Fair play.
So
I'm
Jordy's
just
not
reminded of
supposed to
Wookiees
wear-
in Star Wars who get deeply offended if we say they should put something on.
I was gonna say, so by that logic, like animals that do like wearing clothes, it's like a paraphilia or something. Like it's a fetish.
It's voyeuristic.
Look at me, I'm wearing clothes.
It depends
Yeah.
how much fur they have. Animals with
Yeah.
very thin fur who get cold, yeah, put a sweater on them.
Yeah. They need a sweater in the winter for sure.
Big old German
Yeah, for
Shepherd
sure.
or a big Husky or a Malamute, no, they don't need it. They're fine.
People do it to be cute, you know. Like I saw this one woman; she would dress up both of her cats, and she would like have them get married in a wedding.
That's weird.
And then this was the song that they were all singing: meow, 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 meow.
Of course.
You know, when was that episode about that?
What, where the cats got married? It wasn't Star Trek.
No, yeah, I forgot.
I gotta find it.
So
A lot of
true story.
Must
Where I
from
live,
somewhere.
it's been like lots of snow, like 10 inches of snow for the past 3 weeks or whatever. And it got so cold that Skip couldn't really walk in it. Like his paws would freeze up almost immediately.
Oh.
So I did buy him dog shoes
Aww.
because he needed it.
Yes. Like I put a coat on my dog when it's cold.
no, like French poodles, they need a sweater, you know, like.
Man, being on the Enterprise
like-
would be really horrific. People are transfigured, you could say. People are turned into other creatures several
Quite
times.
regular. Yeah.
I mean, this is only a 7-year show, and they get turned into creatures like 3 or 4 times. That's horrifying.
He's still got some blue left on him.
He does.
That's
It's
'cause
residual blue.
He's still quickening.
I mean, I still love him as Jordy LaForge.
Not me.
Oh,
As
you-
soon as you get blue on you, it's over. You're done.
Oh no, you're my blue veined.
Get out of here,
Person.
blue man.
So I don't have a picture of a pet to show you, but since I was judging you, for the sake of fairness, if you would care to judge me, here's my setup.
Let's all rip Brian to shreds. Your table's a little tacky, man.
Where,
You
What's
gotta
wrong with the
upgrade
table?
your, IKEA furniture. It just looks like it's antique furniture from
It-
from
It doesn't look quite like a desk. It's just more like it's like a table you have in the corner.
yeah, I like how you have grandma's table right there, and the camera is like slightly askew, like you're in an earthquake, and you have the window that looks like a half of an American flag with the stripes but no stars. What are you?
Why
you
don't
doing?
you have
where
the
are you
keyboard
looking?
pointing at, like
What?
the middle between the two monitors? You have it like one monitor center and one monitor off to the side.
So
Well,
do you
'cause-
not know how to take a straight picture?
Wow, you guys are
Oh, yeah.
brutal. You're just completely tearing his setup down.
The
Genuine
monitors.
question, I'm curious.
So
Hey, the monitors aren't like together.
And
So-
like, what
I
happens-
normally sit like right in front of this little knob here. So this monitor faces straight in, and this monitor is just to my right.
I like it. How big are the two screens?
They're 27 inches. This
Also,
one's
that-
new,
that
which is
seems
why it doesn't
retarded,
fit.
isn't it?
This one doesn't fit quite right against this one because they're not the same brand. They're not the same
Oh
model.
yeah,
They don't
are you
tilt the same way.
left-handed?
No.
Which
Why
keyboard is that?
why is your second monitor on the right? Second monitor goes on the left.
Why is your keyboard on the left?
Because there's a
Keyboard on
wall
the right.
here.
Okay.
And the second monitor goes.
Then move house.
No. 2 monitors go to the left and right, and the center of the monitors goes straight in front of you.
I don't have a physically big enough desk for 3 monitors.
I do, but I'm poor.
I like how above the right monitor, it looks like there's a wall and it was punched, and then you tried to like seal up the hole that's left in the wall because you were so angry because Wesley Crusher or something.
Yes, that's exactly what happened for sure. Here's my mug of water.
Quote unquote.
Very muggy.
So do you have glare coming on your screens? Because it looks like there's another window behind you, and that's a lot of glare.
I mean, I don't notice the glare here, but I mean, the light is on. There's no window over there. There's just more wall and a door, but the door doesn't... You can't see the window through the door from here. This is not, in fact, a giant thermal mug. This is a desktop trash can.
Those blinds originally come with the house in 1920?
No, I put those on myself. That is a blackout paper, because it's a shared backyard, and I don't like people looking into my bedroom.
That's not an American flag. That does look a bit like an American flag.
That's just black with light going through it.
America.
Oh, actually, I just moved the paper last night to clean behind it, and the backside of this is completely sun bleached.
So tell us, is that one of those like clickety clack clack loud keyboards?
Well, let me turn off my noise suppression, and I'll let you know.
Because I
hope
hate
that was
those.
rent.
Oh.
Also,
not too bad.
You were noting my cat sitting on the wires before. So
Yep.
I bought these 2 wooden planks from Home Depot, and I used them to like extend my desk. So you could easily extend your desk just by getting a little plank, and then your monitors don't have to be.
I'm pretty happy with my setup.
Yeah, no, and it is good ergonomics to have one monitor like a little bit closer or a different angle, because your eyes staring in one place all day is not good for eye strain.
But yeah, here's my microphone, here's a big TV, here's a printer, which I haven't used in like 2 years, but I have it.
I have a toy unicorn. I have a toy unicorn on my desk.
You have a toy unicorn?
Wait, I you can hear this. You hear that?
Yeah.
That's my singing and dancing toy unicorn.
Why do you have a singing and dancing toy unicorn?
It was meant to be for my young niece for Christmas, but it's when I put the batteries in to figure out what type of dance it does, whether it works. It's a twerking unicorn. I didn't think that was adult, and I didn't think that was appropriate. So now I'm stuck with a twerking unicorn on my desk.
Well.
Yes.
Video now.
Do you have a camera, Will?
Yes, I do have a camera. You have to bear with me.
Okay. Oh, here's something fun about my setup. So you can see this paper here. You can't really read it, but let me bring up the PDF for you. Give me a second.
What?
It's an eviction notice.
That's your
Yeah, it's an eviction notice for sure.
your tentative schedule for watching TNG and Deep Space Nine.
All right, this is the paper I have pinned up next to my desk.
Chicken.
What?
Chicken.
This all makes perfect sense to me.
Yes.
Go on.
Here's the chicken distribution. Chicken.
So what you're saying is
chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Except the chicken.
Yeah, before it's processed into a chicken.
Can I get a copy of that?
It's very important.
Copy of that pure?
You can get a
Sure.
chicken.
I'll put it
online
in the Discord and the YouTube chat.
It reminds me of the in Microsoft Works, there'd be lorem ipsum. It would be like this long Latin paragraph that would just be used as like fake text.
Yeah, lorem ipsum is famous for fake text.
Yep.
Yeah, it's also not actually Latin. It's just nonsense.
Don't worry about it.
So this keyboard I highly recommend. This is a Red Dragon K552, I believe. It's very nice. It's very resistant to spills and such. It's very easy to clean. And it's mechanical. Feels pretty good to type on. Alright, we have been provided with another desk to criticize. Let me get the zoom right here. So, is this a sunrise alarm?
I like it. It's a corner desk. Corner desks are the best use of space.
Yeah, see, that's what I was actually going to say when we were looking at, when Jordy had the circle thing, it was a touch sensor. This is exactly what it is, and then I call that the sunlight, or the sunlight. I don't know. It's, sunlight ball, I guess I could say. And every day I use that just to give me some energy, you know. And you're supposed to do it like every day, you know. For vitamin D, because you need vitamin D, because you're supposed to get a lot of vitamin D.
Yep.
I just take a pill.
Yeah.
I also just take a pill.
Yeah, and then and can you put the picture up again? I want to show you.
Yeah, what's up?
So that monitor there is what I see. Yeah, so this is my setup here, and in the monitor, this is what I see, and then on the lower right hand corner is actually what goes off. This is my Alexa.
Okay.
And then my keyboard that I use here is it's touch. It's
an LCD screen, touch screen.
Yeah. So this keyboard actually lights up, so I can actually use the keyboard.
Cool.
Yeah, so this keyboard lights up, so I can use the keyboard even at night. It really helps me to see, and then because I have poor eye vision, these letters are uppercase for me. I mean they're zoomed in for me, you know.
Yep, large uppercase letters, so they're easy to see with a glow.
That's uppercase letters, and yeah. So this is my setup, and you can note that you can note the huge desk that I have here.
All right, so do we have any last points to discuss? I'm trying to
send the video of the unicorn. My
tomorrow's episode for Deep Space Nine.
Yes, tomorrow's episodes while we're waiting for the unicorn. DS9 Season 4. What's it going to be? It's going to be Rules of Engagement with Worf on Trial, Hard Time, which is the darkest episode in all of Star Trek ever, and Shattered Mirror, where Sisko's dead wife dies again.
Oh, joy.
I just want to say, y'all are crazy. I would never post a picture of my desk. This thing's terrible.
Why not?
Same.
I'll tell you what, for $100, I'll send a picture.
What are you afraid of us seeing on your desk? What do you have?
Huge mess.
Sometimes it's nice to get roasted.
I posted a picture of my cat. The desk criticism was like out of nowhere.
Yeah, but you posted a picture of your cat on the desk, and so it just exploded.
The trick is all the mess is off the desk. It's off to the side. You can't see it. I've got this I've got a graphics card that no one will buy over there. I've got a box for a power supply. I've got some pills, including vitamin D. I've got a pencil sharpener. I've got some clothes that people insist on giving me for birthdays and Christmas that I don't want, but I haven't gotten around to giving away yet. Yeah, there's definitely some clutter, but not on the desk. The desk is nice and clean. It's very important.
Did you guys see that?
Oh. Hang on, give me a second.
Oh.
Alright, bring it over here. Unblur. We have a unicorn.
We have a unicorn. You ready?
Unicorn.
There we go.
Let me mute the jazz. Alright.
Oh my god.
Why do you have this? Why?
It was an impulse buy for Christmas present for my literally 1-year-old niece that I didn't feel was appropriate when I realized what it did.
It's fine.
Yeah, my sister thought it was hilarious. So yeah, thought I'd share that.
This is what we have devolved into.
I want to see what you're doing.
Okay.
Turn it away. Oh, you're just showing videos?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like the
okay.
episode Genesis. We just evolve into lowest common denominator.
Pretty much, yeah.
No.
So I think
We're getting Kevin in trouble.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
I think we're good. I think we're done.
Right.
No, but I'm still on.
Alright, bye y'all.
Thanks
Well,
so
we're
much,
not
guys.
on for long because we're show's ending. I require
See you tomorrow.
solitude.
Bye.
Goodbye.